Charlie, how do you expect this Premiership campaign to pan out in your view and what happened at the weekend?
It's always going to be exciting, isn't it? You imagine there's going to be ups and downs everywhere. That's what's brilliant about the Scottish League. There's always some sort of drama going on somewhere, whether it's Celtic or Rangers, Hibs, Hearts, Aberdeen have their ups and downs. So it's going to be interesting to see a few new managers, how they get on, how the teams that overachieved last year, like your Dundees and Kilmarnocks. Two managers done a great job, so it's going to be good to see how it pans out. I mean, Celtic starting off with a two-point lead after 1 game. Probably not how Rangers wanted it to go, but they did a tough game at Tynecastle, and Celtic need to go there still, so it's early days, but it's geared up for an exciting season.
The importance of Celtic keeping hold of ORileys, could that be key, do you think, in the campaign?
That would be brilliant, but I don't know how realistic it is for Celtic. I think that the way Celtic have operated in the past is when players come and excel and they're given the opportunity to play in the Champions League and at a team like, in a club like Celtic. Rangers are similar, I suppose, but definitely Celtic have sold in the last few years, and if somebody comes calling with the offers that's getting spoke about, I don't know if they will. It looks like they will. Then you'd imagine at some point the window will go. If they can keep a hold of Matt O'Reilly some way, I'm sure everybody at the club would love to do that. But money talks, and if the right offers made, which I'd imagine it will be, then he would need to go, and I think that's maybe why Bernard is there, and they're probably looking for other players to come in. But I mean, it's a success for everybody what Matt O'Reilly's done for the club in the Champions League level and at domestic level, and I think that he'll probably be looking to go if the offer's right, and the club will probably be looking to sell. So to answer your question, the club would love to keep him, but if the money's right, then I think that it's looking like it'll probably go.
Is 20 million plus the minimum bracket that you should be looking at?
Of course. It's definitely got to be something along those lines. When you look at players that moved down south, you look at his age, you look at his Danish international, albeit he wasn't in the Euro squad. He's a top player. He's proved at the Champions League level, so you'd imagine that would be minimum. And with the bids that are getting spoke about and potentially have been made the past few weeks, you'd imagine by the end of August, these things always drag out, don't they, to run about the end of August or the middle of August anyway. So you'd imagine it'd be around about that figure or more.
Is that a classic example of the transfer model, buying low and selling high?
Aye, I mean, you don't need me to list after players like Van Dijk and Wanyama and players that have all done it in the past, Edward and Dembele and all these players. The model they've got's been successful. Nobody can argue with the quality that gets brought in and sold on for even more money. I think when you look at what these players do for the club, everybody benefits. The club benefit, the player benefits. It's a no-brainer. It's amazing. Of course, all the Celtic fans, and I know the club would like to hold on to these players. But it comes a point where when do you keep them too long and they become unhappy, and then they lost form, and then before you know it, it's a disaster because the player doesn't want to be there. You're holding on to a player against his will. He wants to go and earn more money somewhere else. So it's about getting that timing right. I think Celtic have got the spot on in the past.
How do you assess the title race between Celtic and Rangers?
Started well for Celtic, obviously 2 points clear, but you'd imagine it's going to be close again. Last year showed that it was a great title race. Celtic took an early lead, Rangers come back, went ahead, looked like they were maybe going to cause some real problems in the race and potentially go and win it, and then Celtic clawed their way back and showed great resilience. I think a team are always a true reflection of their leader, and the leader being Brendan Rodgers in Celtic last year, and they showed some real resilience. The cup final summed up Rangers probably being the better team, with having loads of chances, and then Celtic go and win it at the last minute, showing some real fight with some tired players. But then you seen Clement speak to the players after the cup final on the pitch, and he was pointing over to the Celtic players, and you can just imagine, having been in change rooms before, he would have been saying, remember this feeling, remember we don't want this next year, we want to be fighting for titles, we want to be winning cups. So there's a determination there. They've signed a few players, Rangers, and I can imagine they won't roll over easily, even though Celtic are looking strong.
One aspect of the club, Dundee
they were really good. I thought the signings looked brilliant. The front players, Babinski, the midfielder that's come through at Barcelona, looks a top player. Miller Thompson, young player, done really well. Surprised that Kai never started ahead of Miller Thompson, but shows what I know, because he went with Miller Thompson. He was brilliant. He scored a goal. Right, good player, fast player. He was raw when I was there, but he's obviously, the manager's worked with him and he's doing well. No, it was good to see Dundee United are looking strong, and I think coming for the Championship, they done well last year to get out of the Championship. They signed for the Championship, and I think everybody knew they had to sign players and sign quality this year, and add to the quality they had, and they've done that. So yeah, they're looking strong.
And a former teammate of yours, Tony Watt's been left at the matchday squad the last couple of games. Do you see his future at Dundee United?
I'm not sure about that one. I think that, he was vice captain last year, so he always had a part to play in the team going up, because a vice captain's obviously a leader in the change room, and he played his part within that. I don't know what the club are thinking. I don't know what Tony Watt's thinking. I don't know if he's part of the plans. I don't know if he isn't. I'm sure that he'll be keeping his head down and trying to get in the manager's plans and trying to force his way in. But then it's up to the manager. That happens in football. If he's knowing the plans, similar to what happened to myself. The manager has to make these decisions, and that's what he paid for. So I'm sure that he'll be doing what's best, what he thinks best for the club, and Tony will be trying to push his way into the manager's plans.
Brilliant.
Cheers.
Thanks.